Hey, my name is April, and I'm the Peaceful Wife. Today I'd like to do a refresher course about things that are respectful. And this isn't just with our husbands or our boyfriends, this is with everybody, and especially with people in positions of authority over us. But really, we can show this kind of respect to everyone. So, a couple things about showing respect to people. First is my attitude, my heart. My attitude and motives have to be right. And my greatest desire is to honor the Lord, not to impress people or please people to get their approval. That is putting people's approval before God's approval, and that's a form of idolatry. So I want my heart to be right, where my goal is to please and love the Lord, and then to bless others. Not to make them like me, not to make them think I'm so awesome, but just to please and love God and to bless other people. Then I can watch things like my tone of voice. It's really difficult to monitor our tone of voice sometimes, and when we're tired or we're stressed, we may not even realize how we sound, but a friendly, pleasant tone of voice makes such a difference no matter who we're talking to. If we're talking to our husbands, our children, my boss, the pastor, the president, somebody in the government, or a police officer, tone of voice does a lot to convey either respect and honor or disrespect. So I personally had to practice tone of voice in front of a video camera until I could get comfortable with saying things in a pleasant tone of voice. You may not have to do that, but that helped me out. And also facial expressions. You can say something respectful, but if your facial expressions are hateful, then people will believe your expression on your face more than what you say, and they'll believe your tone of voice more than the words that you say. So those two things are really important. And some other things about showing respect are things like not trying to control people. So letting people have free will, which God gives us all. So I'm not going to try to force my views, my perspective, my will on people. I can share what I would like politely, calmly, in a pleasant way, without pressure. And then the other people get to decide, especially grown adults, get to decide what they're going to do. And then I can respect their decisions even if I don't like them. And I can take things to the Lord if somebody doesn't do what I think is best or I think is right. I can certainly take it to God and ask Him to intervene. But I don't get to demand my way, dictate what other people should do, including my husband. And I will want to be sure to respect that other people have free will, just like I do. Some more ways to show respect to other people would be to care about what's important to them, to give them the same level of attention and concern that I would want if I had concerns myself, to believe that everyone has equal value in God's eyes and that everyone is made in His image. And so the way that I treat people is about my character. It's about whether Jesus is in charge in my life or whether my sinful flesh is in control. So the way that I act, the way I treat others, how I think about them, the words I use, all show where my heart is. And if I understand that the way I treat others is about me, then I can take responsibility for myself, and I don't have to say, well, they don't deserve my respect, so I can treat them however I want to. No, part of loving others with God's love is that we treat them with respect, whether we think they deserve it or not. And God will use His love through us sometimes to reach people and bring them to Himself. So we treat others with godliness, goodness, kindness, good manners, gentleness, self-control, whether they do that for us or not. And we repay evil with good, whether they do that or not, because we're seeking to please God first. Some more ways that I can show respect for other people will be things like accepting that people are different and that doesn't mean that they're wrong necessarily. The Bible has the ability to say something is sin or not. I don't have that authority. But what I can do is I can learn to understand that different people think differently. Men think differently from women. That's okay. It's even a good thing. Other people have different personalities, so they may not have the exact same priorities and expectations that I do, and that needs to be okay. I can respect their perspective, seek to understand it, rather than being quick to assume evil motives or quick to condemn them. And if somebody is in a position of God-given authority, like my pastor, government leaders, the military, police officers, my boss, my husband, and for younger children, their parents, then I can request what I would like, but if they don't agree with me and they're asking me to do something and they are in a position of God-given authority, then I will honor their leadership and cooperate with them. If they are not asking me to sin, I'll honor their leadership. And so that is a way that I can trust God to lead me through the people He puts in places of authority in my life. And having a cooperative spirit with those in positions of authority helps to accomplish God's purposes. Of course, there are limits to people's authority. They are not absolute authority. God is. So you may want to check out my other posts about authority on my blog, peacefulwife.com. You can search spiritual authority. You can search a husband's and a wife's authority in marriage. Those will be helpful, and also the term submission. I also have some videos on some of those things as well. Another way to show respect to other people is to just love them and enjoy them and not try to change them. Not make them my project, but just appreciate them for who they are. Focus on the good things in them. And there are times that I may need to confront sin, and I have a video about that. But if they truly aren't sinning, I can just enjoy them. I can be a positive influence on them, and I can focus on things to be grateful for and thankful for. I can think about Philippians 4:8 kinds of things. That goes a long way to showing respect to other people, is to enjoy them, love them, not try to change them. Another way I can show respect is to be responsible for my own emotions and my own spiritual well-being and growth, and to not try to make other people be responsible for things that really I'm responsible for. And then also, I don't take responsibility for other people for things that they are responsible for. I have healthy boundaries. That's a great way to show honor to other people too, and to have healthy relationships. Thank you so much for watching. And you can find me at my blogs, peacefulwife.com and peacefulsinglegirl.com. And I hope you'll subscribe. Have a wonderful day.